Um,
I didn't realize it wasn't recording. Go
oh,
ahead.
will we do it again? The intro?
No, that's okay. We'll
You
just
sure?
start from here.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so I just feel all this rage and I don't know what to do with it because I am not comfortable with rage. You know, we've had sessions together where you're telling me to get angry and you said I have all this stuck anger and I do, and a lot of it is directed which towards men, and it's even really hard for me to say that. Um
Mm.
and it's kind of like, so this guy in particular has, I was seeing him, there was another female friend in the background. I asked him straight out if there was anything going on with this female friend.
Mhm.
He said no. And then I think he started to tell her about me. And she basically marked her territory and he backed away from me, um, but wanted kind of to leave some door open a little bit to see if it didn't work out with her, if he could come back.
Yes, and it happens very often.
Yeah. And then I told him no initially because I was trying to be strong. And then I was filled with all this like anger and rage.
Mhm.
Usually I'd be crying. I was crying a bit too, but it was more anger and rage. And I thought, okay, my usual modus operandi is like go find a new guy straight away or just try to distract myself with another guy. And this time I was like, no, I'm going to do loads of sports. I'm going to like try and get this anger out of my system.
Mhm.
And I did. And I went also to a pole dancing class for the first time because I also don't feel very attractive anymore. I feel like I'm overweight, and you know, so when you get dumped, you think like, is it because I'm not attractive, right? So I went to a pole dancing class, which is actually very tough. It's like a lot of fitness, and the teacher was telling me like, you know, you have to go to a gym and like build your upper body, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. So I went to a gym, and I'm in Berlin, and there's like 30 gyms in like a kilometer radius from me. Go to a
Oh.
gym, random gym that I can go to for free because I have a sports membership. I'm there for 5 minutes, and this effer fucker who dumped me walks
Mhm.
into the same gym and just ignores me for the entire session. But I'm also ignoring him. But the difference is he really doesn't give a crap that I'm there. And I'm there because I'm angry, I'm sad, and I'm pissed off at him. And I'm trying to like do something positive for myself. And he just strolls in and he just
And
doesn't give
it's
a crap.
triggering you even more.
Yeah. And then I messaged him a few days after this. So this is like about 2 days ago this happened. I messaged him last night saying, you know, I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. Maybe that was a bit immature. He basically tells me like, I don't really give a fuck if you're there. I don't care if you're there. You know, we can say hi, but I'm not going to talk to you properly because I'm busy. And basically let me know that he doesn't care about me. And that just makes it worse, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
suffering with all these feelings of anger and it's really messing up my life, and I'm trying to do what I mean, I am functional, but I'm not really. It's really hard. I'm so angry and consumed by these emotions of not feeling good enough and all this stuff. And he's just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm with this other girl. I don't, you know, like I
Ooh,
don't make any impact on his life, or he doesn't care, you know. And that just makes me
okay.
so much more angry.
So how angry are you right this moment from 0 to 10?
I'm so angry that it scares me. So
Yes.
10.
Okay. Great. All right. So I want you to just follow, just kind of take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just you can tap through the points if you want. And I'd like you to just kind of follow that anger back and see if you can just follow that back to the first time that you felt anger this intense. Just kind of keep your eyes closed so that you can go within. And there's no right or wrong answers, but I want you to just follow it back to an earlier time when you were this angry. Hopefully the first time. So do you get a sense
I do, but it's like a past life. So I don't know if
Oh, that's
that's
perfect.
okay.
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right. Um, so it's something I've seen before.
Okay.
So I was living in an Arabic country,
Mhm.
and this is maybe like 400 or 500 years ago, where you had to get married as a woman, and your worth was very much tied up in your sexuality. And I had a partner, a boyfriend, and we slept together. And he promised me that we would get married. And
Mhm.
then he left me for another woman who had more money. So her family had more money than our family.
Yeah.
And he would have like this really good, economically stable life with her, even though he didn't love her. And he just turned his back on me, and he just did not care that I existed anymore.
Okay.
But my life was completely shattered because um, I couldn't get married after that. You know, I was like tarnished goods.
Yes.
So he took my virginity and then made me feel like I was some kind of like pest on the floor or something. I don't know. You
So
know,
he
like
treated you badly, in other words, after that happened.
he just pretend like he just moved on. He didn't care. He
Mhm.
never said sorry. He didn't apologize, and it didn't make a difference to him or his life because he had a cushy life. And
Right.
what made me really angry was that he was just able to ignore the fact that he had feelings for me, that he could just put that to one side and
Yep.
just make this practical decision and just not care that he was hurting me, you know? Like it's
Okay.
selfish.
Okay. So I think you can see how the parallels with your life and what's going on right now,
Yeah.
and how this is a pattern that just repeats over and over and over again. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to go back to the very first time. And so this is wonderful. So I tell you, I know that I normally would do a lot of anger tapping with you and all of that. And I know that's hard for you to do, but I have a new method that I
Okay.
want to share with you today. And I'm really excited about it because I've already used it and it works fabulously. So are you game?
Definitely.
We don't have to do the anger tapping, unless maybe, we'll see how it goes. Okay.
Okay.
So for those of you who may be watching this, pick up, I hope that you followed along with what we did. And if you didn't, you can always go back from the beginning, and you want to just follow the process that I just took her through and come back to the very first time. There's no right or wrong answer, just whatever your subconscious mind gives you, just go with that. And then measure from 0 to 10. When you think about that right now, Sunita, is it still like a 10?
It's yeah, it's an icky 10. I hate feeling angry and just like
Mm.
it's like I want to it's this horrible feeling of wanting to get revenge on somebody, but just not being
Wow.
able to, like
Yeah.
it's like hate. It's hate and anger. And it's I don't you know me. I don't like being angry. I'm a very soft person, so it's a horrible feeling. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
especially for us as women, we're taught that's not okay to be angry.
yeah.
And yet
So
you
we have
have
no
very
practice.
justifiable anger.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm allowed to have that anger in a way.
And that's part of what's keeping you stuck. Because if you could just allow yourself to have the anger and have that be okay, a lot
Mhm.
of this wouldn't even be an issue.
Yeah.
But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just give some commands to we're going even beyond the subconscious. We're going to go to the superconscious,
Okay.
this higher part of you, your higher self that knows everything about you, knows exactly what you need, and knows every single aspect of this issue. Because this is such a repetitive issue, there's a lot of aspects, and we don't have to figure all of that out.
Okay.
We're going to let your superconscious mind do that and work on it for you. And let's just see how that goes. Okay. So I have my notes. I'm going to make sure that I cover everything pretty completely. I basically have 7 steps that I'm going to take you through.
Okay.
And I'm going to check in with you every now and then to see how you're doing. So basically, I'd like you to just take another deep breath, close your eyes, and just allow yourself to go within and just let this process while your superconscious is doing all the work. So, superconscious, do you see this event? If you can see this event and you can safely treat the event, I want you to just treat this event and then do a massive change history on everything that needs it.
I'm so sorry, my buzz just went. I'll just come back in 1 second. Sorry. I don't know. Do you want to stop the recording?
Let me pause. Yeah. Okay, now here we go. Okay, so
sorry,
well, Sunita just got a pizza.
Yeah, this is my pizza. This is what happens when you don't have Alyssa in your back pocket and you don't know how to deal with your anger. You end up eating it. Okay.
Yeah, you end up eating your feelings, your anger. Totally. Okay, so we're going to just pick up back where we were. And I want to just say before we start again, for those of you that are following along with this process, and for Sunita, the only thing you need to do while I'm giving these commands to your superconscious is just take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just kind of go within it and just notice whatever you notice. There is no right or wrong. You might feel movement of energy in your body. You might feel tingling in your head. There's just, you might get some visual cues of what is going on in your superconscious. But whatever it is, just allow it to be there. And I am going to, I'll check in with you, Sunita, every now and then, and just check your level of that anger, sadness, any kind of distress. And we'll just see how this goes. So everybody just follow along. Eyes closed, deep breath. I'm going to give some commands to your superconscious. So superconscious, do you see this event? And if you can see this event and can safely treat the event, I want you to treat the event and then do a massive change history on everything that needs it. Just breathe. Notice what you notice. Superconscious, now I want you to treat any beliefs, any emotions, memories, parts and other events, and anything that is coming up right now into the active experience. And then I want you to treat them all now in the perfect order, and then do a massive change history on everything that is needed. Just notice what you notice. That's good. Just allow those emotions to go. That's okay. Let it out. You can tap on one of the points if you like, or just let it process. It's all going. Deep breaths. Okay. Do you want to check in now?
Yeah,
A lot
just
of sadness.
yeah, it's you know, underneath the anger is like this feeling of just desperately wanting to be loved by this person.
Mm.
And I kept hearing, and it's like I can hear, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to me?
Yeah, there's the betrayal.
Yeah.
So on the anger, would you say the anger has gone down and then
Say the anger has gone down, but I'm still angry with the choice that he made to be with somebody else and to just neglect me, I guess.
Mhm.
But it's like a disbelief, you know, it's like I can't believe you did this to me. How could you do this to me?
Mhm.
But yeah, but the anger has gone way down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's the sadness at right now from 0 to 10?
It's at like a 8, 9, pretty
Okay.
high.
And that's fine because you'll have more coming up. That's okay. And we're clearing it all right now. Do you feel any body sensations or
Yeah, in like I can feel um when I was talking to you at the start, my jaw was like clenched and I was getting like this kind of tension headache just from being really angry. I felt like everything was, and now I don't feel that anymore. I feel like my head is clear. You know, when you're really angry, you're just so tense. So I don't feel like that anymore. But I'm just feeling like also that my heart is so sad and heavy.
Mhm.
And it's like I'm grasping for air. You know, it's like I can't breathe without this person. I don't
Oh,
think that's from this particular present moment situation, but maybe in the past it
but
was.
yeah, in the situation that we talked about,
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
when you look at that scene, how does it look to you now?
It's like it's like I'm looking at him with this other woman who he doesn't love, and that there's like I can see him like almost like across a riverbank, and
Mhm.
he's not even looking at me, and all I can do is think I can't survive or live or even breathe without you, you know? So there's like this huge
Mm,
dependency feeling there as well, and this huge sense of feeling like completely worthless and abandoned and just
mhm.
irrelevant, actually.
Mm,
So that's how I feel right now.
okay. So take another deep breath and then allow your eyes to close again while I address your superconscious. So superconscious, I want you to go back in time as far back as needed to the original event, maybe even before this event that we discussed, whether it be in this lifetime, any other lifetime, or any other timelines. Anything that is similar in any way, shape, or form to this event that we are treating. And I want you to treat not only the original event, but every other single event that you can find in this timeline and any other timelines. And I want you to treat them very, very gently, very safely, respectfully, and only if it's safe to treat it right now. And I want you to treat all of these events in the perfect order, and then do a massive change history on everything as needed.
Oh. I'm so angry.
Just breathe through it. Let it come.
I'm so angry.
Deep breath.
Oh.
Let it all come up. I'm so tired of this issue. Okay. Deep breath. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and give some more commands to your subconscious, superconscious. So superconscious, I would like you to treat the parts now that need treatment, and treat them gently, respectfully, and in the perfect order, and then do a massive change history on everything as needed. Tap on a point. Breathe. Okay, I want to just check in with you really quick. So when you go into that scene that we visited way back in the past life,
Yeah.
check in with that scene again. Just notice.
I don't feel as angry,
Mhm.
but I'm still really pissed off or angry, or I feel like I can't confront this other woman who took my partner from me. At least that's how I feel in that lifetime.
Right, right.
But I'm a lot more at peace about him, for sure. I don't feel anything really towards him. And I can see in that lifetime that I'm wearing like a white kind of robe or veil, you know, so it's kind of like I'm feeling more peaceful, but I also feel really angry with this woman.
Okay, so now the anger has shifted from him to now her.
Her.
Okay. So it's changing up a little bit. Would you say how high is the anger towards her?
It's not as high. It's like a 7,
Mhm.
but it's also probably a little bit of like, I mean, what I'm hearing is why you and why not me, you know?
Okay. So it goes back to a feeling of something wrong with me.
There's something wrong with me, or you have something I don't have. And yeah.
Okay. Also, I want to check in with the sadness. Where is the sadness right now as you look at this scene?
Yeah, I think I feel sad, but it's more like I feel sorry for myself because I feel like because I'm not like this girl, I'll never have that relationship or that kind of love, you
Mhm.
know? So I feel sad, but it's not as strong at all. It's gone down to like a 1 or a 2 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you ready to continue?
Yes. Yeah.
Was there something else you wanted to add?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to address your superconscious again. So go ahead and take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just stay within, feel whatever you feel. So, superconscious, this time I would like you to go into the chakra system and begin to balance out all the chakras, especially the first chakra, feeling of safety, feeling of belonging, and balance the second chakra as well, feeling of self-worth, deserving,
Uh,
and balance the third chakra, strong identity, willpower, and balance the heart chakra, balance and clearing, the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, everything you wanted to say but couldn't. Oh, I want you to clear them and balance all of these chakras the 6th, the 7th. And I want you to do so in the perfect order and then do a massive change history and everything else that is needed here. And thank you.
Okay.
Is there, you want to check in?
Yeah, I feel like it's done.
Really?
The chakra healing. Yeah.
Okay, because yeah, there's a little bit more. Okay, so let's move on to the next. So super conscious, I would like you to go, I would like you to balance the 5 elements in all blocks on any meridian that is connected to this issue, to the memory that we were treating. I want you to release any blocks, especially in the lung meridian and any other meridian that is involved in this memory. And I want you to do a massive change history on everything after that. And let me know when you're complete. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go back into the scene now, see if you can. You might not even be able to go there.
Don't really see anything there. I just see like it's like looking at a like I can see the woman that I was jealous of, but it's like a ghost, you know, like very in my mind it's very like dispersed.
Okay.
I don't see him anymore, and I don't see this river in between us. I just see this kind of like empty landscape.
Okay. So let's check in now. Anger at him. Is there any anger at this man?
A little bit, but not intense anger. Just
Would you,
more like a feeling of being ticked off, you know, like pissed off, you know, a little bit like
okay. So give me a number because we want to make sure.
it's like a 1.5.
1.5. Okay. Okay. What about anger at her?
You know, I think I am I'm still a little bit angry with myself for holding on to this for so long.
Oh, anger at yourself. Okay.
I think that's actually what it is, you know. I'm not really angry at either of them anymore. I'm just angry at how much time and emotional resources I've wasted going through this over and over and over again. So there's that anger. And that's why I'm annoyed with him, because he brought this into my life. But I don't feel this rage anymore. And I don't feel like she's got something on me either, you know? So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, because are you starting to put together that if he could do that to you that easily?
That he would do it to her. No, I didn't mentally put that together, but that makes me feel better you saying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, think about it. If he's capable of that, then, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a different situation because he knows this girl for longer than me, but whatever. Or
Okay, so let's see. So the anger at yourself, how high did you say that was?
that anger at myself is like at a 4.
Okay. All right. Um, anything else coming up that you want to mention?
No, it's just anger, and it's also just like resentment. Like, I can't believe that I've missed out on having healthier relationships.
Okay.
It's resentment. It's general resentment. I don't feel that towards him specifically anymore.
Okay. Um, all right. So let's continue on this part. Yeah, I'm going to give another command to your superconscious, and then I'm going to guide you through something. So, superconscious, just go ahead and take a deep breath, close your eyes. Superconscious, I want you to treat anything left. Anything left in the active experience. If there's anything left, a 4, anything above a 4, anything below a 4, the anger, the sadness, the resentment. I want you to just go ahead and treat all of that in the perfect order. That's okay. And then I want you to do a massive change history on all of this. Okay. So now, Sunita, I want you to use your imagination, and I want you to just use a magic wand. Go back in time. Just imagine that you could go back in time and just change the event and fulfill all of the needs that were not fulfilled at that time. And you can change anything you want. You can have it come out any way you want. Just allow yourself to be guided.
Okay.
It's done.
You
It's amazing how I feel it too. I can feel
feel
it
it
in my
too?
body. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we want to just check in and what's changed.
Okay. I mean, I wrote to you, I said I can't concentrate on anything. I was so, I mean, I can't believe that I was that angry, but I was so angry. Like I wanted to, it's like, it was like a feeling of like wanting to be outside of your body and run away from the feeling because I didn't know what to do with it. And now I just feel really calm and peaceful. And I feel like I dumped a lot of crap, like, and I feel like, I mean, at the very end there, where you said go back in time, I mean, I feel like I didn't need this guy to reclaim my self-worth anymore, because that was really what was bothering me was I was waiting around for him to come back to tell me like, I'm sorry, I made such a huge mistake. You're actually amazing. It's like I really realized that I'm a spiritual being who is worthy just by being a spiritual being. And the last image I saw was because I saw like this kind of empty landscape. I just saw myself being grounded to the earth and then all these kind of like plants growing up around me and like this really happy home. And I kind of realized like I don't need, it wasn't about a specific man or anybody else. It's like I don't need, because that's really what I was upset about, the feeling that I can't have a family or a home feeling without this guy being coming back and saying sorry and marrying me. And it's like I don't need that. Like I can create this home feeling because I'm a spiritual female anywhere. And people will come to me. I don't have to have a guy tell me that, yeah, you're worth marrying. I'll build a home with you. It doesn't work like that. It's like, I don't know, it's something clicked. Like I am the spiritual presence. I don't like to use the word goddess, but like I am the one that creates that home feeling. And then other people can come and share in that love, you know? And that's powerful because if I'm chasing or hoping after a guy who I feel has devalued me and left me for another woman, and that I can't have that home feeling without him, which I have been feeling, like that that's no good, you know? So it's like I got my power back, but it's not like this aggressive power. It's like this, like, no, I am part of like this God presence, and I am beautiful feminine part that allows these, you know, creatures, beings, children, like to come to you. And, you know, so I don't know, it's a totally different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that you could do this just by prompts and asking your superconscious to fix things. But because usually we do tapping, and the tapping takes a really long time to get through all this stuff. So I'm kind of shocked, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and tapping is really one of the most effective techniques out there. And, you know, I'm always looking and experimenting and doing new stuff, you know, to try to find the next, you know, the best thing, because I want you to be able to move past this stuff quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree, because like I mean, I have a therapist and I talk to her about what I'm feeling, but it doesn't, it like I could be talking about that and just dragging it up and not dragging it up again and again and again. I mean, it helps sometimes to put it into context, but it doesn't get rid of the feelings, you know?
And can you see now, because we went all the way back to this other lifetime.
Yeah.
Can you see how it's in effect, it's like you just recreated and recreated and recreated the same feelings?
Totally. It's yeah, you're right. It's not just about, you know, talking it through with the therapist. It's like this stuff is going to come up over and over again until you deal with it. And I think the phrase that came to mind is like just this kind of wisdom, like you can't solve a problem on the same level it was created.
Exactly.
You have to go to a higher level. And I think it was actually Einstein who said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's how I feel about this, because I'm here angry. I sent an angry message to this guy. I was trying so hard to, like, I just told you, I was trying to do all these sports and stuff, and that didn't work. So what I needed to do was go to this higher level. And that's a bit woo-woo for some people, but I mean, but that's what spirit's there for, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was pretty stuck with this particular one. But I don't feel angry anymore. I feel it doesn't even feel like it happened to me. It's really weird, you know? I'm just like, oh, you know, when you disassociate it, I feel like totally like, oh yeah, which is great. Free. I'm free.
Yeah. Now I can't think of his name. Oh gosh, the Four Agreements.
Miguel Ruiz.
Yes, Miguel Ruiz. He said that, you know, this is all a dream. Anyway, yeah. When you just said, you know, I don't even feel like this actually happened to me. It's like, well, kind of like waking up from a dream and going, it looks so real. It was so, you know.
Yeah, but it's like getting stuck in a nightmare or having reoccurring nightmares over and over again. So it does feel real. Yeah.
But since you went back to where it originally started, like, you know, the reason I wanted to do this session with you when you contacted me and said, oh, this just happened to me, I just got dumped and everything, is because I've been having a lot of women coming to me lately saying things like, you know, how do I move on? How do I move on from this relationship? I've been stuck here for months, for years. I mean, I've even known women that have said, you know, it's been more than a decade and I've been stuck on this same guy. He must be my soulmate. It must be, this is the reason. We try to look for a reason. Like, why is this happening? Well, it must be because he's my soulmate. He's my twin flame. He's my something or other. And, I'm not saying that that doesn't exist. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to tell anybody what to believe. But here's the thing that I know is that when you break up with somebody, the thing that keeps you stuck and attached and in bondage, because you're in bondage. It's like being a slave to the
Totally.
person. It's all the unresolved emotions that is keeping you stuck there. And once you can go back and find out, like I led you right back to where was the first time? When was the first time that you felt like this? And then I had the super conscious clean up the rest of it. All the stuff we don't know about, and we don't need to know all of that, thankfully. So really happy for you.
Thank you. And I just want to say something because I've gotten stuck in this soulmate trap. I mean, I do have a twin flame, and it does exist to me anyway. It's been my experience. But the thing is, I think soulmates are there to teach us lessons more than sometimes to be lovers, which sucks, because we really want that connection with them and we feel it very deeply. So if anyone thinks that this person is their soulmate and they have to come back to them, well, that's kind of the issue I've just gone through, and these people, you might have met them in other lifetimes as well, and it can be a really strong bond, but maybe you just met them to heal yourself, So that's been my experience anyway. I'm not saying that you don't have soulmates that are romantic partners, but the most self-loving thing you can do is like let yourself off the hook and not feel like they have to come back to you, because I've gotten stuck there, and it's not pleasant, it's not pleasant if you have a twin or a soulmate and you're waiting for them to come back to you and you see them moving on with their life, and it does happen. Yeah. And it mostly happens to women because we realize what it is. We're more awake sometimes. We've got more of a foot in the spiritual door. We realize what the connection is. And it takes men a lot longer, I think, to wake up to that. And they're also scared of it. So they run away a lot. Yeah.
Well, from an energetic point of view, like I said, whether somebody's a soulmate or not, from an energetic point of view, a man cannot come back to you if you are sitting there waiting.
That is so true.
He feels it. He feels you pulling and grabbing on his energy. Even if you're not actually doing anything, like even if you're not texting him and you're not doing all this crazy stuff, he feels that pull on his energy. And that's the very thing that will make him want to, in fact, get even further away from you. He's not going to want to be with you. So, yeah.
Yep.
So,
You're so true. It's like you can block them on every single like social media app thing. And the moment that you change and you're like, I don't care anymore, like we've all had this happen, they come back, they can feel it. But when you really don't care, I don't know. I don't know. I've never really not cared to this level. So let's see what happens,
Yes. And that's the whole thing. When I get asked this question, well, how do you get your ex back?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I would say. You have to let's deal with the feelings. Let's deal with the anger, the sadness, the betrayal, all of that crap. Get that out of your energy system so that you can release him and you can focus on you, the most important person in your life, and make your feelings, your life, your priority. Because women are always saying, well, how come I'm always in these relationships and I'm like the last thing on his list? And what you need to ask yourself is, how are you making yourself the last thing on your list? That's what you need to really focus on. Because when you are the first thing on your list, when you are your priority, oh, trust me, this man will be chasing you. And then you get to decide You know, is he really showing up? Soulmate or no soulmate, put that
Yeah.
on the back burner. Is he actually showing up as the man that I truly deserve?
Have you seen it happen? Have you seen somebody have this connection, clear their feelings, and then the guy comes back?
Or
Have you
someone even better?
what?
Or someone even better?
God, that's cool.
Because to be honest with you, when you do the inner work and you clear all of this stuff up, you're going to be like a different person. So if this guy comes back to you and he's still doing the same old,
Hmm.
you're not even really going to be interested in that. You're going to be like, no, I'm playing at a new level now. That's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not good enough. I'm ready for my next, you know, hey, they say you have hundreds of soulmates. So, hey, you know, bring on a different one because I'm ready for something better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Somebody who treats me the way I deserve.
yeah, I know, like there's so many people I want to just share this video with, but because like I have someone in my family right now and she's suffering so much. She's older than me. Just not being able to let somebody go, you know, and we get stuck there, like you said.
Yeah.
Even for apparently. Even for lifetimes, this was a past life issue for me, you know. So
yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up again because this could be lifetimes that you're falling for the same person over and over and over because you're still trying to resolve it.
yeah, that's why I said the amount of rage I had was disproportionate to the current situation. Like it is a situation that would make me upset and angry, but what it triggered in me was like terrifying. Like I said, terrifying rage, and it's not there now. So that's really cool.
And that's an important point too because that's how you know that you've got a lot of inner work to do because you know that it's disproportionate to what actually happened.
Yeah,
And
I think that's also.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think yeah, like just like you said, I think it's a good way to gate, like to check in and be like, because some people are like, oh, I'm just an angry person, and I'm like, I don't believe that. It's like, you know, your system is so intelligent, like it knows that this is triggering all this other crap that has happened before. So yeah, it's important to check and say like, okay, is this really like a normal emotional reaction, or is it really bigger? Because if it's bigger, it's also harder to work on it, you know, on your own. That's the thing.
Yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to add is you know, because I had someone recently write to me about one of my videos and I think it was the biology of a breakup. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And she said, you know, it seems so unfair. We go through all this childhood stuff and, you know, all the abuse, all the neglect, all of that. And then we spend the rest of our lives in suffering because we still, you know, keep, you know, we have horrible relationships, can't make money, all this stuff. It affects your entire life.
Mm.
And, but the thing is, it's like you're a surgeon. You can read all kinds of books. Like, you know, I've read tons of books. You've read tons of books. We love finding out what the heck is going on. And, but that's not going to fix the problem. And even a surgeon would never do surgery on him or herself. You
Yeah.
know, this,
And yeah.
this is the kind of work that you don't want to, you know, just sit at home and try to figure this out on your own. You know, usually you need help.
I mean,
You've had a lot of trauma.
yeah, like we have the same star sign. I think we're both Gemini with Taurus, right?
Gemini with Aries.
Oh, sorry. I'm also Gemini Aries, yes. So we I think we handle situations sometimes in the same way. But yeah, I read loads of books and stuff. But even though I know I'm angry, I still didn't know how to deal with that. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just need someone else maybe to guide you. And sometimes I feel like we don't allow, like this is something I had to allow myself to get someone to help me multiple times, because when you don't love yourself a lot, it's really hard to accept that you deserve someone else's time and attention. And that was a really big mental thing for me. I've kind of gotten over it now, but but still I feel like always a bit like, oh God, my stuff is so insignificant, but it's not, like I think it kind of, it goes around and it comes around. And then I think once you're healthier and happier, you can have such a more positive effect on other people. So that's how I rationalize it to myself nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't deserve this help. And
Yeah.
another thing too that I used to do to myself is like, well, you should know, you should be able to figure this out. Like you
Yeah.
should be able to do everything. And I hear that a lot from women. Like I should know, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you
Yeah.
actually could have done, gotten yourself out of this pattern that you've been in, you would have done it already.
Yeah.
So how many more decades are you willing to lose?
And
Well,
it does happen. It really does happen, I mean, like you talked about how it's kind of unfair that this stuff happens in childhood and then it just kind of the ripple effect. But something I think is kind of unfair is that the universe doesn't really care about time as much as we do. So we're like wasting all these years stuck in this pattern, and the universe just cares like, are you resolving this stuff? Is it out of your vibration? Cool. If it's out of your vibration, then you can kind of have the stuff that you need and want. So we can get stuck for a long time, and it's not like the universe doesn't care about us, but I think cares more about our vibration changing than necessarily how much time we've spent with something, which is why I hate when people say, oh, just give it time or time cures all wounds. I don't really believe that, I think that's a fallacy and we got sucked into it. Um, yeah, and you're totally right with what you're saying. Like, I read tarot for other people, as you know, and like I help other people sometimes, like not in the way that you do, but like I can help other people. But like when it comes to my stuff, I'm just floundering.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It helps to have another set of eyes and
Yeah,
another perspective on that.
totally.
And
Thank you so much for today. I feel really so much better. Really, really do. Like, so
that's great.
I need to process the fact that it's like a shift.
Yeah. And in regard to that, I would like to do another like shorter session. And I think I will stop this recording and maybe put a shorter session, because the next step in this process, and this is kind of important, and I think this is what a lot of people are missing,
Okay.
is now we have to step into what else is possible.
Okay.
Because you've been in this place, and now that we've cleared all this stuff out, we want to put in some positive choices and affirmations and raise your vibration so that you can now step into a whole new reality.
Okay.
So on that note, I'm going to stop this recording and we'll come back and do that.
Okay.
Okay, stop recording.